Episode 316. We're finally ready. By which I mean Carvallain is finally ready. He finally has the boat ready for our big trip over to Higashi and Doma and all that, to continue the main story. We were pretending for the longest time while doing these ninja side quests that he was just, getting some preparations in order to bring some fugitives or some people wanted by the Carvallain Empire over across the ocean. Even though plenty of characters while we were doing the ninja side quest have come and gone from Doma in that time frame, so it doesn't really make sense, but we're just pretending he's ready now. But we're not ready. We're not ready to go to Higashi and Doma because we still have to do the ninja side quests that are over on the Eorzean side. So what we're going to do is do all the side quests that are required over here, and naturally that's going to bring us over this way. And as we do the main story, we'll be able to do the rest of the ninja side quests that are over in this part of the world. But for now we just gotta get these out of the way. Oh, alas and alack. Whatever am I to do? Oh, Komoi. As a shinobi, I am loath to admit this, but I did not see you come in. Truth be told, I have been somewhat distracted of late. Princess Yuki, it would seem, sent a letter to my village praising us for our efforts on her behalf, thus revealing my story of an injury preventing me from making the journey home for the ruse that it was. But my shame is not that I have been summoned back to the village, but rather quite the opposite. Despite knowing that I am hale and hearty, my elders seem to be in no particular hurry to welcome me back into the fold. Should the time come when we have need for you in Doma, we shall summon for you. Until then, you are to remain at your post, and do all in your power to aid our countrymen in Eorzea. Such were their words. Right. Their countrymen. I guess this could have been... yeah. You could have taken on the level 1 to 15 ninja quests before the Doman refugees arrived in Mordona. But now that we're on the Stormblood part of the story, or rather the Stormblood side quests that released during Stormblood, they do have like a mention of the characters over in Mordona. Is this how far I've fallen? Am I a falcon? Am I as a falcon bereft of its claws? A dull blade tossed to the wayside by its master? For all I know, I have been all but exiled to this place. I'm sorry, Komoi. Heaven knows that you did not come here to listen to my griping. On a brighter note, I just received word from Captain Jack. It would seem some Easterners are causing something of a stir. I suppose I should be grateful that someone still has need of my services. Anyhow, it would seem that the Kami have led you here at a most opportune time. Would you care to accompany me? Thank you, my friend. Let us make for Limsa and see what our friends at the Rogues Guild would ask of us. Which means even more rogue speak. I wasn't ready for this. Gotta brush up on my rogue lingo. I don't remember any of it. The Cove is just like a guy, right? It neither has positive nor negative connotation, it just means a guy, I think. And that's all I remember. It's like riding a bike though, right? You never really forget. Well, I'm sure once we see the rogue lingo a little, I'll come flooding back. You looking dead inside? Of course. I know not what my countrymen have done to catch Captain Jack's eye, but I can only imagine it is nothing good. Well, if it ain't the dimberest stamber of them all, I trust you've been keeping your stabber sharpened. What with you and Opero on the job, I reckon all will be bombed before the documents comes around. Again, 4 terms in there that I don't really remember. Here's where we stand. One of me little birds in the Kraken's arms came chirping to me a story about some Domans who I reckon are breaking one coat or another. Seems they, the Krakens that is, were out snilching the eastern seas, don't know what that means, when they grabbed a vessel flying Guardian colors, as they want to do. Then came the rub. The crew claimed to be Domin, you see, and upon winning their captor's identity, they changed tack, begging for asylum on Eosian shores, and offering the entirety of their cargo in full, in return for a safe passage. Called my Ben Cove or a fool, the Kraken captain took the self-styled Domins up on their offer, stowing the Eastern treasures, and the Easterners themselves, away in the hold. They set sail for Limsa. But after pulling into port, a funny thing happened. No sooner had the Krakens dropped anchor than the refugees put on their best beater cases and skulked off into the dead of the Darkmans, leaving all their treasures behind. All their treasures save one. A scroll of sorts that had been hiding in a corner, all inconspicuous-like. Carvallain, damn it, Carvallain's involved in this? This makes it hard to justify all of the stuff that we were talking about, pretending that he was getting the boat ready for us, if he's like going back and forth between Doma and not helping us with that. Or maybe we can pretend that this is why he had to wait so long, because he was doing all of this stuff and had to do this first, or something like that. Whatever, I'm still pretending. Carvallain reckons that these Domin refugees have played us for some rum fun, and they're off selling the scroll on the black market, for good blunt even as we speak. I see. So you would have us recover the scroll in question, and bring the thieving Domins to justice. I'm honored to lend what aid I can, and yet, I cannot help but wonder, just what could it be about this scroll, to make it so valuable to my countrymen? Oh, we're not going to whittle a scrap just sitting around here on our daddles, now are we? Oh, whittle. I know that one, that means learn. Let's nudge town and see what the common coves and morts haven't seen. Okay, so coves and morts are both just guys, right? But I think morts is negative connotation? I don't know. Komoy, why don't you go pay the Tolwan a visit at the wench? If there's any rumors going around about any shifty Easterners, like as not that Mort would know. You do remember what to order, aye? Of course a dimber damber like yourself would. Good luck out there, and keep your wattles open. We'll be waiting for you in Bulwark Hall when you're through. Okay, I don't remember what to order. It was like that special code thing, right? I mean, she knows us, she knows we're a rogue, we don't have to speak in code, but I guess we have to. It's cooler that way. Things are still decorated for the event. I guess it'll happen, or it'll stay decorated until the end of the year. Maybe even a little into New Year's, I guess. Welcome to the Drowning Wench. What's your pleasure, miss? Oh no, I don't remember. No wait, I do remember. It was a weak ale, I think. Oh yeah, because I'd insult some. Well then, good. Now that I remember the right answer, we can do the wrong answers first. A chilled ale, because it's so cold outside. Certainly, miss. Take a seat and I'll bring it straight to your... Change your mind? No, wait. I remember. A strong ale. And that's the same answer. No, wait. I remember for sure this time. A weak ale. Ah, you must be here on business. Perhaps I could offer you something from our underground menu. Now what's your fancy? Yes, from the east, you say? Why yes, I do believe we had some visitors not long ago matching that description. They left shortly before you arrived. I make a habit of pricking my ears up to catch our patrons' every whisper, but the party in question required little such effort. Why, they were shouting of tales of riches and glory in a roar that could wake the dead. Said they were on their way to Wineport to make the transaction of a lifetime, though they weren't keen on going into detail. Just between us, I wouldn't be surprised if there was something less than savory about their business. Speaking of savory, can I interest you in our seafood stew? That's not speaking in code, she just wants to make a sale. I'm pretty sure our cat would enjoy that seafood, though. Not right now, though. And that's the same. Okay. Teleport. What do we unlock for these quests? What do we unlock in general up to level 70? Can we like sort this by level? I think we can. Yeah, there we go. This is like the original view, I think. It's not all sorted by level, but it's mostly sorted by level, I guess. Oh yeah, we already have Hellfrog Medium. That wasn't tied to any stuff. That's why I have the icon in the lower right, rather the Ninky gauge. Surprisingly not locked behind quest progression. After this, when they stop doing job quests, there's no longer any abilities tied to progression or whatever. Not really. But I'm pretty sure some of these are going to be behind the quest. We get Doku Mori. Oh, that just increases the power of our Dream Within a Dream, I think? No, Dream Within a Dream is the powered up version. This increases the power of Mug, I think. Or was that... Yeah, that's the problem with this view. You can't see the upgrades. Yeah, it's the upgrade of Trick Attack, rather. Mug's the other one. Which gets upgraded at, like, level higher than that. Kunai's Bane. Or is that Mug? I'm pretty sure this is Mug, actually. Yeah, this is the hidden one. I mean, this is the Trick Attack one that gets upgraded. Whatever. Then we get this thing, the other Ninky gauge that's for single targets. And then Tenchi Jin, which is actually really interesting. I had to read about this one. But we'll get to that one later, anyway. Oh wait. Switch that back to the normal view. I do like the other view better, this one. It's like the combos and the upgrades and everything, even if you can't like find the upgrade order too well. I think we also... do we already have it? Oh, it should be under traits, I guess. Yeah, we get enhanced Shikuchi during this level up stuff, 370. Which actually I think I originally assessed that this might not be very useful, but after understanding what Katon, Raiton, and Hyoton are, which we do pretty much every 20 seconds or maybe even faster depending on how quickly we get this up. We basically get Shikuchi back whenever we do one of those, so that's a lot of Shikuchis. And it becomes even more meaningful when you get consecutive charges of Shikuchi. Oh wait, the bulwark call. Oops. Gotta read the quest steps. I mean, it's good in one way that I'm navigating in the direction that I just think lore-wise makes sense. Because doing it the other way, just only going based on the icons on your map or based on what the text tells you to do, it would just feel kind of, I don't know, not very in-world to do it that way all the time. It's just too mechanical, I guess. I wish you in ahoy and in a vest, my honored matey. Oh, forgive me. I was just practicing my Leminson dialect. How do you, ye, reckon it sounds? Please do not try to learn the rogue dialect. So our lads are headed to Wineport, eh? Then work, Gomoy. Remind me to sip the tall one some extra blood next time we stop by the Wench for libations. That said, something doesn't sit right with me. Cackling their plans for every drunkard and tavern wench to hear. How can our friends might be looking to amuse us, if you whittle my dist? Keep your eyes open and your stabber sharp, mate. Oh wait, Wineport, there we go. I'm sorry, Gomoy. I fear we were too late. Well, there's a bleeding surprise. The code-breaking curs have already bit the blow and hopped a twig, with the caravan's work of bingo in tow. Word is, they were last seen beating a pass for Bloodshore. Or could they mean to... Wait a bleeding moment. What if the grog's not meant for selling, but keeping their throats wet on a long voyage? I reckon our lads are trying to smuggle the scroll home. There's no time to lose. Let's brush off our beater cases, don't know what that is, and make for the Bloodshore all quick-like. Aurora and I'll snell to the north side. Komoy, you take the south. We have to catch these curs before they slip from our daddles for good. If we get a cutscene, it's not going to look very good at night. But if we do get on with the main story, then I think that's going to be mainly where we grab a thumbnail from. Every episode I have to worry about this. What's going to be the thumbnail? You just had to poke your nose in our business, eh? Guess you leave us no choice. You leave me no choice. Dokumoi. You get increased power when you use this ability for your ninjutsu. Is it better to put the increased power on Dokumoi? Is that like where the maximum potency is? I'm not sure. I'll check in between episodes, I guess. Where are they? Ah, there they are. Guess they had a similar problem. This garb. Why, these men are samurai from Hingashi. Whatever is the meaning of this? Let me guess. You came upon a couple of rough-looking coves. These coves came waving their stabbers in my face before I could edge in a word. I reckon 'twas the same for you. The scroll is nowhere to be seen, nor is anything resembling a ship. If I did not know any better, I would say they were a simple group of ruffians enjoying their ill-gotten grog. The dim one sees, but does he truly see? No. These unfortunate men were but pawns in a grand scheme, as disposable as the bottles that now litter the shore. I realized he was talking partway through. No, don't make that face. We're happy. Meanwhile, your true quarry has boarded a trader and sails for Kugane even as we speak, under the auspices of the East Aldernard Trading Company, no less. So cunning a scheme, I wish I'd thought of it myself. Or did I? How do you know all? Bugger me. You're the cove from the House of Sticks. Kurosu Redbeak. Childhood friends turn bitter enemies, then friends once more, reunited after far too long. Our hero returns, and the audience swoons. Oh, what a joyous day. Or is it? I'll say this much, dim one. For once, you've managed to surprise me. To think that the oh-so-serious Oboro would lie to his elders to avoid having to make the journey home, only to find he wasn't welcome to begin with. Oh, the irony of it all. Enough of your preening and prattling, Kurosu. I want answers. How did you know we were here? Just what is your connection to the thieves we pursue? You mean the thieves who already eluded your clumsy grasp, just as I am about to do? I fear that is a story for another day. Bah, ever the slippery bird, that one. That daft rock's an acquaintance of yours? That's news to Jack's Waddles. Meanwhile, we've got our work cut out for us if we still want to grapple that scroll. Is there anywhere we can have a few words, secret-like? Say no more, Captain Jack. As luck would have it, Our base of operations is but a short walk from these parts. Gomoy, pray join us at the storehouse. I think the fastest way from here is actually to take the boat. Or like right next to it. Yeah, we'll pay 40k. I reckon this is about the shabbiest, shoddiest shack old Jack's ever laid eyes on. In other words, the perfect hideout. Aye, a row sharper than he lets on. I don't know, the Rogues Guild is pretty shabby itself. Karasu Redbeak. Of all the places I thought our search might lead us, never in my wildest dreams did I think it would lead us to him. Well, I'm glad it did. It's fun having him in the questline, I think. Seems like he's gonna play a more important role. At least more important than the previous one, where he basically just made a cameo appearance. Come square with me, Obero. Or, come square? Come square. Like, be truthful? I think so. Come square with me, Obero. Just who is this Karasu Cove? Can we trust him? Or is he like as not to stick us his stabbers in our back the moment we turn a blind eye? No, I mean yes. I mean he's neither or both. Perhaps I should say, it's complicated. Judging from your reaction, it sure seems as much. Anyway, if our men have set sail for Engashi, I reckon we've no choice but to do the same. I wasn't exactly prepared for a long voyage, but damned if I'll leave this job half done. That said, shamed as I am to admit it, this is old Jack's first journey to the Far East. I wouldn't know Kugane from a rum doxy's eyes, and I don't know a rogue or can do his work without knowing the lay of the land. Worry not, Captain Jack. I have traveled there on many an occasion to procure the tools of my trade from the finest Hingan artisans. It would be my pleasure to serve as your guide. Your presence would be most heartening as well, Komoy. Kugane is a city where anything can happen, and there is no telling what dangers await us there. I'll agree with that, but mind you, Komoy's a right busy mort. Let's say we do it this way. Obero and I will go on ahead, and we'll send for you once we've smelted out the place and worked out our next plan of action. Again, this is interfering with my whole idea that, well, Carvallain had to make us wait for getting over to Engashi, and if they're going ahead of us, then that just calls into question what we were waiting for this entire time. But it's fine. Maybe we can just pretend they're taking the same boat with us when we finally hop on Carvallain's boat and do the main story. A reasonable plan, Captain Jack. In that case, Komoy, pray check in at the storehouse from time to time. I will send word to Yomei when we require your services. In the meantime, may the Kami guide you in your training. Alright, first quest done. Oh wait, 63? Crap. I thought it would be 62. Damn it. I'm ready to continue the main story. Okay, well, this is fine. I was planning to take this quest. I'm pretty sure based on what he just said, the quest is going to take us over into Hingashi and all that, right? So what I was planning to do was take this quest now, not complete it because we'd have to reach Hingashi first, and then use that as our excuse to finally take Carvallain's boat over. We'll just do it a little bit out of order, I guess. We'll take Carvallain's boat first, and that's actually going to get us the level that we need to take on this quest. So we'll hop right back on over to here, take the quest, and then go back to Hingashi. Does that make sense? You know what, I'm gonna have to pause the episode for doing Carvallain's thing. Maybe I can just pause the episode now and do like a quick leveling thing. How can I do that? That's like a quick way to level. could do Beast Tribe quests, yeah, real quick. That's why they exist, right? It should be good for like level 60 experience, I think. We can do like a total of 6. At least 6 that are at level 60 or so. 3 for these, the NAS, and then 3 for the Levanu. Hopefully it only takes a few though. I could cut this out of the recording, but whatever. We'll be fine. As long as I get to the, to Carvallain's boat this episode, we'll be fine. We're delaying it no longer. And as soon as I can do this. Oh wait, 32,000, that would be double with our experience buff, but that's actually not a lot of experience. This is actually level 50, it doesn't sync to like level 60. Hang on. 60,000 times 6 would be like 360,000. That would not nearly be enough. It'd be around half, but not really. We can't do this. Can't waste time on this. Is there anything else that will give me experience, like real quick? I could do like Wondrous Tales. That gives like half your experience bar, or even more even. But that would take a while. You know what, maybe I will just do this thing after all. Okay. Well, we'll pretend. We'll pretend that we got word from Jack to head to Hingashi, even though we're gonna do that after we do this part of the story. It's just a little bit bad planning on my part, as usual. At least this is efficient for getting levels, I guess. So we're ready. We're getting on the boat. Everyone, we're ready. You can stop waiting. I hope you were glad. All set, Les? That's what I'm asking you. I'll see you to the ship if so. Hey, what are you doing here?
12 be praised. Full sure was I that I had come too late.
No, don't forget. You're still banned from this adventure.
Urianger! Tell me you haven't come all this way just to see us off.
Nay, my lady. Ere you quit these shores for eastern climes, I wished to share some words of seeming import. Look ye where the sun doth rise. See crimson embers, darkening skies. Look ye where the sun doth fall. See azure lost amidst the squall.
Oh, very cryptic.
Well, that sounds suitably foreboding. Another one of your prophecies, I presume?
Of far eastern origin, aye. It is mine earnest hope that this ancient wisdom may serve to guide you on your journey. For what dangers lie in wait for you upon those distant shores are yet beyond my knowing.
Okay, well this prophecy better be good, because you're still banned for all of your sneaking around.
A parting gift befitting your roundabout ways. Thank you.
I have more than words for you, my lady.
Fancy.
It's beautiful. Is it for me?
Though undeniably powerful, your ethereal blade taxeth you greatly in the wielding. Not so this rapier, which shall serve you just as well against all but the most formidable foe.
Yeah, I guess I had to give Alice an actual weapon. Every time she used the red mage stuff, she would just like summon it ethereally.
Impressive. It feels as though it's attuned to my ether. I shall treasure it.
Honored guests, say your farewells, for the moment of our parting draws nigh. A fair wind blows, and I mean to follow it.
So that's what Carvallain sounds like. It's like the first time, maybe the only time we hear him speak.
It would seem our ship is set to sail. Pray give my regards to Thancred and the others. And take care.
Alright, we'll consider unbanning you from the next adventure if your prophecy ends up being good, but only if it's good. I always thought this was fun. Watching your characters move across this map all the way across the entire ocean, I guess. I guess they use this map sometimes when you're moving from one location to another. We actually saw it earlier in the Stormblood story, but this one in particular, the huge voyage, just kind of felt nice, seeing the map that way.
A fine day, is it not? Fair winds and following seas. The Misery is enjoying herself. Nevertheless, it would not do for you to spend the entirety of our voyage above deck. Let me show you to your quarters.
They better be lavishly decorated, for all the time you made us wait. Well, the couches look nice. And that's it.
Is it supposed to do that?
Not under normal circumstances.
Captain! You needed on deck! Something queer's afoot. The winds died down, the waters went still, and all of a sudden, we were dragged off course.
Dragged? By what?
Can't rightly say, sir. But some of the lads are muttering about seeing things in the water. Things that shouldn't be there.
Of the love of... If you will excuse me a moment. Actually, might I persuade you to join me? Loath though I am to admit it, I have a bad feeling about this.
Very fun. The long voyage over to Tengashi interrupted partway through. I always thought this was a fun way to do things. It would be kind of boring if you just ended up teleporting directly to the new location on the opposite side of the world. Having this event like happen partway through makes the voyage feel longer, I guess. And what an event it is. This ain't right. This ain't right at all. Odd. Most odd. Well, do you have any idea what's going on? No. As the man said, despite the absence of wind and current, the Misery is somehow being pulled off course. Well, why not fire up the ceruleum engines you have hidden below? An excellent suggestion based on knowledge you should not have. Alas, our engines appear to be malfunctioning for reasons that escape my engineers at present. I'm telling you, Captain, it's them. Things the lads saw. Things? I don't suppose I could convince you to attempt something more descriptive. An adjective, for example. See with superstitions and fairy tales, not more. But if you must know, the things which he is so reticent to name are the souls of deceased women, said to lure sailors to their deaths. Preposterous. Yes, indeed. If it is neither the sea nor the weather which is responsible, then it is probably a predatory entity of some sort. Perhaps a siren or some such. For all we know, it could be a fellow spice trader employing magics to seize and plunder passing vessels. Regardless, we have but one recourse: to let the current take us where it will, and deal with whatever we find there. What a thoroughly pragmatic suggestion. Oh, I'm beginning to like you, girl. Once we arrive at our destination, my crew shall remain with the ship to defend it, while we venture forth to deal with the cause of our troubles. Oh wait, does this have duty support? Did they add it for this dungeon? Interesting. Then it is settled. I know not what awaits us, but it will rue the day it reeled us in. I mean, maybe that dialogue was there even when there wasn't duty support, but I feel like that's saying there's duty support. Because I was just thinking... Well, let's see. Okay, there is duty support, and yeah, it is him. I was just thinking that of the scions that we have here, none of them can tank. But then I saw the X on Carvallain's back, which I'm pretty sure he's always had. And yeah, he's like the only person that can tank for us as a marauder, I guess. Interesting. Oh, we can't change anyone out though. I want Alisei. I mean, I want these too, but Alisei's like, she just got her new thing, right? She got the new weapon. Interesting we can't change that. No alternate members. If Alisei is a... I see. Well, no, we should be able to switch out Lise for Alisei. If we were a tank, then Carvallain would be out, and then maybe Alisei would be in. What if I, like, do this? Okay, yeah, that would work. Unfortunately, we can't tank because, well, I mean, we don't really have a real class for tank. That's fine. I guess we'll have a fun adventure with Carvallain instead of Alisei. This is him paying us back for all of that waiting we had to do. He's actually doing some work for once. I like that, though. And luckily, this means I don't have to wait. So yeah, this is a fun thing that happens in the middle of the journey. You do an entire dungeon in the middle of the ocean, neither in Hingashi or Doma or whatever, nor in the other location for the expansion, Girabania. It's just here in the middle of the ocean. Really extends the length of your voyage, it feels. It's a spooky dungeon, and yet it's Christmas. Kind of a nightmare before Christmas sort of feel. I want to see the dialogue that the NPCs chime in with every once in a while. Guess I should pay attention to attacking though. Oh, we got Health Frog ready. Go, my frog. How do I... There we go. It's an off-global cooldown ability, so it means it only stays out for a second. I almost wish it was a global cooldown instead, because then it would be like locked in for a longer animation. At least I'm pretty sure that's like how it works. Using our trick attack would be a lot more useful when we actually get that level 92 ability, because that turns it into an AoE. For now I guess I'm just including it in the rotation, considering I'm going to have to learn it in that way anyway. And I guess even though it's only on one target, it's still free damage. Then dead ahead. Any of our party members talked just now? Yeah, Lisa and Carvallain. It's hard to pay attention to that. That's why I have the chat window open, I guess. Don't mind me, just going ahead and pulling the other guys. If Dotone is stronger, then I guess we want to do this, then this, and then this. Followed by all this stuff, mix in that, do one of these, and this. With more frogs. Guess I should have done another Dotone, considering it ran out. Gotta work on my Dotone upkeep, I guess. Well, here I think Cartone is actually better, considering they're almost dead. We won't get the full potency and the full duration of Dotone. And our first boss. It's a ghost. Are you scared, Alfie Node? Doesn't look like it. How do I do this again? He swallows all. That's like the Maelstrom's logo, or their catchphrase. This guy's turning around a lot. Not that I'm complaining, I'm highly mobile. Ah, I wasn't behind for that. Should have used True Norse.
This one's for you, Ada.
Didn't know the frog could move around like that when we summon it. That's kind of fun. Carvallain, your tanking is really annoying. I know it's not his fault, but it feels like he's spinning the boss or something. Oh, I should be eating. Give us some... I always remember only after I get the experience, after like the first boss. Yeah, just give me some orange juice. All fright and no fight, says Carvallain. What a guy, Carvallain. Can't wait to see him go. Not really. I just have this pretend beef with him for keeping us waiting. I don't remember what that is. Okay, Alphinaud is afraid of the ghost ship. The ghost ship. And don't mind me if I go ahead and summon some more enemies for us to fight. So this first, followed by enhanced Dotone, and a Cotone, and begin this stuff. Not everyone's in the Dotone. Actually, they're kind of in it. Good enough. Alongside the Christmas event, the patch 7.4 release, a lot of good stuff there. The story was really interesting, the place they took you into. Obviously we're nowhere near that with Komoy, but it was still a fun time, I guess, on my main character. Plus the raid series. I was right that BB came back, but not quite in the way that I wanted to. But I guess they still hope for the Savage. Kind of a long shot though. I just felt like the theme would be appropriate. Everything burns. But again, getting ahead of myself. The ghost ship. The Jane guy. What a funny name for a ship. So I guess Dotone runs out now, and that's when I should put it back on. There we go, I'm learning. Dotone upkeep. Dotone is the strongest AoE thing if it lasts the entire duration, I guess. Nope, tried to stun that guy. Didn't quite get it out there. A little bit bad at the double tap. Anything fun over here? Oh, it's not even playable space. Okay. And the next boss, an even scarier ghost. You'd think this was a Halloween episode. Okay, Alphinaud is scared. This is what I was here for. But men trapped in purgatory. Come on, have a little fun with it, Carvallain. It's a spooky adventure on Christmas. So let's see, start with this. Maximum damage. Oh wait, right, I'm forgetting. I should be starting with this stuff because that increases the damage we do. That's just a normal AoE, right, that thing he was doing? He's putting a shadow on us, I guess. Oh, we got magic vulnerability. I don't know if I did it bad there just now.
Focus. Release.
Something's going on. Shadow Flow. Just stay away from the other guys, I guess. Still not used to his voice there. Okay, how do we actually avoid this if we can? Do I just, like, get away from him? Oh, it is, okay. It's that simple, huh? This guy's called the Governor. What's he the governor of? Ghost Town? Okay, and now we can do the next quest. A little late for it. Yes, Lise, it is a dungeon. We've been in the dungeon the entire time. Don't mind me. Oh, this guy. This guy's from Palace of the Dead. And I guess other places. Your problem now. Don't worry, I'll help. Let's keep him off of me. Oh no, that should have been Doton. Oh well. Gotta love a big pull when there's lots and lots of enemies. Just feels right when you hear the sound effects of your attacks hitting all those enemies in succession. Oh, one straggler? Okay. What is the story behind this place? I don't remember. I just remember it as that one little detour in Stormblood, in the middle of the ocean, but I don't remember the story of this place. It's just Ghost Island to me. And there's a story behind that thing. Yes, Alpha notes trembling in anticipation. Normally a very rude thing to do this kind of pull as a DPS. Tanks hate that. Real tanks anyway. I don't think I need Doton anymore, considering it's just 2 targets now. Enemies are kind of huge, I have to zoom out. Oh, okay, he got the interrupt. Guess we'll save the rest of our cooldowns for the actual boss. I want to practice my opener, so it would be nice if all of our abilities were ready for that. And also if I had like full meter and everything. So I guess normally you don't have full meter on an opener for like raid bosses or whatever. Oh, whatever. We can practice both versions. And what was the boss? I can't remember. Just another ghost, right? Right, this archetype of ghost, whatever it's called. Alright, we ready? We're ready. Just gotta get my rotation right. Never mind. Okay. We'll just start with like buffering and then... Okay, so we want to start with... this. Then this immediately, and this for increased damage, and this. Then we can do this for increased damage, and then another one. And then we just do the rest of it. Oh, we're force marching. Didn't know we were doing that. Okay, gotta pay attention to our force march this time. Or is it just like straightforward? It is, yeah. Normally there's like a direction on the bottom right that they will tell you, like which direction you're gonna be forced to march in. But if they don't tell you, I just assume it's gonna be forward all the time. Oh wait, that's retreat. Okay, it tells you on the other side, or rather, on the opposite side of the screen. Not on the bottom, on the top, where the cast bar is. I guess a lot of people like to put their cast bar and all the relevant information in one location, and make the cast bar really, really big for the enemy. I just kind of like having it where it is. Is it retreat or advance? It's advance. Oh, that was actually kind of close. And just like that, our rotation is perfect. Well, pretty much perfect. Kind of had the cooldowns a little bit clipping, or rather drifting, I guess you would call it. But they were close enough that I'm happy with the rotation there. Always be casting, always have your cooldowns like immediately on cooldown, use them immediately. That's like the design philosophy. I forgot to use Limit Break. My one mistake, I guess. Well, the biggest mistake. I am a melee DPS now, so that means limit breaks are for me, in most cases. Oh, and we got enhanced Chikuchi. Fantastic. What does everyone have to say? And the sun has risen, just in time for the end of the episode. Although I guess I gotta go through this cutscene before we can end the episode.
That appears to be the last of them. Word from the Misery. Repairs are complete, and we may resume our journey without further delay.
I swear, if I never hear another ghost story, it will be too soon.
A fun little detour, which has nothing to do with anything really, but it was fun nonetheless.
I remember the sea, the smell of the salt, and the crash of the waves as we drew closer to Kugane. The only port open to outsiders in Hingashi, across the Ruby Sea from Othard, from Doma. All the colors of the rainbow, all the peoples of the world, all in one place. I wish you could have seen it.
Yeah, kind of one of the prettiest hub areas in the entire game, I think. And we'll get to explore it in full in the next episode. But also in the next episode we're gonna have to awkwardly head back to Limsa Minsa and undertake the job quest for Ninja that will just send us right back to this very location. Just because I wasn't level 63 when we needed to be level 63. But that's fine. That would be a good time to take a break.